Hi, my name is Ari Mutal, and I will be talking today about the cultural phenomenon that is Kanye West. Now, in the recent past, a lot of people have been seeing what he's been doing on TV, on social media, and people think he's kind of crazy, but I don't think that's the case at all. I think Kanye West is a modern day genius. Now, he's been going on different interviews with TMZ. He's been going to visit Trump at the White House and saying these outrageous things that many people think are just wrong in what he's doing, and just they have like disowned him and think he's crazy, but that is just not the case. Every move Kanye makes is very calculated, very planned in order to boost his image and get him and his celebrity status as high as it can be. In the past, he's released albums like Yeezus, which is Kanye with Jesus, and he's just been showing that he is trying to get to this godlike power, and he's been doing so very intelligently. He's been going on interviews on record saying some wild, outrageous statements that, although at first it seems like he may be going a little crazy, doesn't know what he's talking about, it is proven that no matter what he says, he's doing it at certain calculated times in order to get his next either like Yeezy release or his next album release that much more popular and that much more successful. He was supposed to release his latest album Yandhi a few weeks ago, but he had to delay it. And when people were outraged by this news, they were expecting this album to drop. And then he went on TMZ and interviewed and said that the reason he's delaying it is because he felt so inspired that he needed to go to Africa to feel the inspirations of his culture. And at one point, he said that he is a god. Now, this may not be true, but I'm sure everyone that saw that at least gave a second thought about this album, what he's doing, and why he's doing it. And as soon as that does drop, I'm sure it'll be at the top of the charts.
So, are you being satirical because who in their right mind would believe any of this crazy nonsense that Kanye West is saying?
I mean, no, I'm not being satirical in the slightest, and I'm also not saying that everyone is believing what he's saying. But end of the day, any publicity is good publicity, and Kanye is an artist that has been making noise, and people have been watching and paying attention. So at the end of the day, no matter if you agree with what he's saying or not, it's the fact that you're hearing what he's saying, and so is everyone else. That is why I'm saying that he is a genius in what he's doing to boost his image, whether it is an image you like or you don't like. He is definitely out there, and everyone's talking about him. Everyone knows about him, regardless of whether or not they listen to his music or buy his clothing. Everyone knows who he is, and he is arguably one of the most famous celebrities of our time.
Even his recent solo and collab albums not doing so great, do you think that his genius has kind of evolved beyond the music that he puts out?
Yeah, I definitely see now, as opposed to back in his earlier albums, he has evolved into more than just a musician. As I said, he has his clothing line, he has his shoes and everything. He's just now more of an overall image that I feel like whatever he puts out, whether it is good or not, people are gonna watch it. People are gonna want to buy it, listen to it, and see what it is. Just because of this, there's this whole anticipation with what is he gonna do next? What's he gonna release? What's he gonna say? Which he's been doing strategically in these past years to a point where it doesn't matter if what he does is good or not, if the shoes he releases are ugly or if they're comfortable. He's gotten to a point where people know who he is. He's an icon, and no matter what he does, people are gonna at least want to see what it's about. Um, so I do think that because of that, he has evolved past his just musical state of just being an artist, and he's just an overall icon in all fields.
So, do you think that Kanye West could just be a complete crazy person and this isn't to like boost his brand or anything? Because considering what he did to Taylor Swift like 10 years ago, that was out of the usual, like very not polite, very rude, and kind of like crazy. Do you think he could just be a crazy guy
Oh,
and this isn't genius?
I'm sure he's crazy, but what genius isn't crazy?
So what you're saying is you don't buy into the crazy stuff he says, but you're a fan of the way he advertises himself.
Exactly. I think what he's doing is very calculated and smart, and I do agree that he's saying some very controversial things, some things that are really going to make people either really angry or very curious. He is not afraid to say things that people are going to disagree with, and he is just going out there and saying whatever he wants in order to get these people talking about him and talking about what he's doing, which then translates into more people buying his music, buying his products of this whole because of the persona he has built and who he is. People are just so intrigued to see what's next.
So do you think because he backtracked on his recent comments about Trump and his overwhelming support for him, that it was all kind of just a publicity thing, and it was more about getting his crazy ideas out there to the public and people to say, oh,
Yeah, I definitely think that has a lot to do with what has been going on because, like I said before, everything that Kanye is doing and saying is to boost his image, to get his name more out there, more people to know who he is. So after all the backlash he had been receiving from being such a supporter of Trump, going back and saying that everything he did was wrong, he's just once again keeping his name in the spotlight and having now all these people that were he might have been losing with these comments, trying to bring them back and to at least be more intrigued to be like, okay, now what is he going to